In this video, I want to share with you 6 retail arbitrage tips for your Amazon FBA business. Now, I've seen some people on Facebook and some people have even emailed me some frustrations about retail arbitrage. They're like, I try to go to these retail stores, look for inventory, I don't find anything. Maybe I find a few things. Well, I want to share these tips with you today to help you overcome those frustrations, find more inventory, which will lead to faster success on Amazon FBA. So let's jump right to it. Tip number 1 is to be consistent. When you're outsourcing retail arbitrage, you want to make sure that you come up with a sourcing plan, a strategy. You want to put it into a schedule. A lot of times when we don't schedule things, you know what happens? They don't get done. So put it on the schedule. Make sure that you set aside time to go out and do retail arbitrage. The more consistency that you are a part of, the more finds you're going to find, the more inventory you're going to find for your Amazon business. So get out there, be consistent, don't give up, and you will be able to find more items. A lot of times we just get frustrated and we give up. Or we're halfway through sourcing a store and we're like, I just give up because I'm just not finding anything, and we give up way too easily. So be consistent. Number 2, be persistent. Keep sourcing. Don't write off stores just because they were a dud for you one day. There are stores all the time that I walk into thinking I'm going to find some items and I walk out with nothing, or maybe just one thing. I don't write those stores off. Now, I did in the past. In fact, one time I went to Big Lots, hearing about how people were doing well with Big Lots. I went to Big Lots, didn't find a thing. I tried it again about a week later, couldn't find anything there. And I'm like, you know what? It's a waste of time. I'm not going to go there. And I didn't go there to Big Lots to source inventory for maybe over a year and a half or so, until finally I decided to give it a try again and started finding things. And I was like, oh man, I've been missing out on this inventory gold mine with just because I wrote it off after a couple of bad situations. So be persistent. Understand that stores, some of the opportunities for inventory in stores, they come in waves. You know, like sometime I'll ride the Walmart wave and I'm going to every Walmart in town looking for inventory, and then that starts to dry up a little bit, and then I start riding a Walgreens wave and I can find Walgreens stuff, and then that might dry up, and then I'll find a Big Lots wave. Different stores, sometimes they overlap, sometimes they line up just perfectly, but the store opportunities to find inventory, whether it's clearance sales, regular sales, or just inventory during the time of year that they have on sale, those opportunities come in waves. So sometimes the store is going to be great, sometimes it's not, but be persistent and you'll be able to find more items. Number 3, be thorough. Be sure that you scan everything, especially if you have time. If you have more time than money, scan everything. Go to the clearance section, scan items. Just just be able to take a look at all the items that are there. If you don't have all that time, maybe pick a section in a store and just scan that one section. Like there's, a lot of times mostly people focus on clearance items, but there are full-priced retail items that can be found in a lot of retail stores that are still selling for 50% ROI, 100% ROI, 200% ROI, or more, that are on Amazon. And so you can find those full-priced items at retail stores and still make money on Amazon. But you don't find those a lot of the time because you're not looking for them. So here's a tip. Go, maybe pick a store, go to the toy section, go to a section that you feel confident in, that you understand the category pretty well. Make sure you're approved for that category, and then just pick a section and scan everything in that section. You might be surprised. You'll find a couple gold mines, a couple items that you're able to sell on Amazon for some profits. And then here's the deal. If your city, if your town has that, that's multiples of that store, you've now found items that you can just drive around town. Like if you go to a Walmart and you find 3 or 4 toys in the toy sections that are really good items that sell on Amazon, well, go to all the other Walmarts in your town. Stock up. Be thorough. The more thorough you are, the more items you're going to find. When we start to skip over items, we miss potentially profitable items. Tip number 4 is this: be content. A lot of times we think our entire sourcing day is going to be filled with overflowing carts and a packed out vehicle with inventory, and just we're going to send tons of boxes into Amazon. That's not always the case. In fact, a lot of times I might spend a whole day sourcing and I don't overflow my cart once. Now, I go back to number one. I'm still consistent. I'm still persistent. Tip number 1 and 2, and I continue to go and I continue to try. But I'm content when I don't find anything, because I understand this whole business, it comes and goes, it's ebbs and flows, the opportunities change all the time. And so I want to be content when I have an empty cart. I want to be content when I walk out of the store with just 1 or 2 items, because I know there will be days, there will be times when I go out sourcing and I am able to fill a cart. I'm able to go back and get a second cart, a third cart. Those opportunities happen. They all kind of even out, and you're able to find more inventory. Tip number 5, be open-minded. Now, what do I mean by that? When you're outsourcing for inventory, don't make assumptions. Don't just assume because you would never pay high dollar amounts for a certain item that other people won't also want to pay those high dollar amounts. It's a lot of times, if we make assumptions, we miss out on profitable inventory. I found one item. It was an oversized toy. It was basically just a piece of plastic with a sticker on it. And, it was like $7 at the store. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to make any money on that. It's just a piece of plastic with a sticker on it. I almost just looked it over, just kept going, but I decided, you know what? Just scan everything, be thorough, don't make assumptions, be open-minded. So I picked it up and I scanned it. It was selling on Amazon for over 50 bucks. Other colors were selling for 70 bucks, 80 bucks. I ended up buying them all, and it was a great opportunity. So be open-minded about the possibilities that are out there. And then my last tip, don't be a lone ranger. You don't have to do this alone. There are many opportunities out there for you to connect with other resellers, for you to either share finds that you're having in your town, share BOLOs. BOLOs stands for be on the lookout. But you can go online and you can, there's paid groups that you can join. I know I'm a part of a group called BOLO Mart. You can go to fulltimefba.com/BOLO Mart. And it's a group that's capped at a certain number of people. In fact, they might not even be accepting new members, but you can check it out. And people share the finds that they have there, and you're able to go out and find good items. But you can come up with these own groups for yourself for free. If you start making connections online with Facebook groups, you might be able to find people all over the country where you can be like, hey, let's put together a group of 5 or 6 people, and we'll all just share what we're finding at our favorite stores. And you just make sure that those people are in different parts of the country, so they're not going to the shop in the same store that you are, but you're all able to find stuff and share ideas. There's a lot of other ways that you can do this by connecting with other people. You can purchase online arbitrage lists. You can purchase retail arbitrage lists online where people have done a lot of the work for you, and you can go out and find these items yourself when you're searching online or retail arbitrage. So you don't have to go at it alone. You can connect with other people. Now, when you do collaborate with other people, just be sure you do not collaborate when it comes to price. It is illegal, against the law, to all decide to sell your items at the same price. It's called price collusion. It's illegal, so you can't do that. But you can share items that you found locally to other people that they can go and look for also, and be able to benefit from that. So a lot of people are like scared of sharing things that they find. Well, if I tell them I found these things, I'm going to invite new competitors. Well, if you're only sharing with a small number of people, it's just bumping up your competition a tiny bit. But guess what? They're sharing with you, and you're able to find more inventory. It's a win-win situation. So all of these tips have helped me find more inventory for retail arbitrage. They help me not be frustrated when I don't find something at a particular store, and I'm able to feed the beast. Well, that means sending stuff to Amazon, and it helps increase my inventory, increase my sales, increase my disbursements, and it leads to success that much faster. So I hope this has been helpful to help you overcome any retail arbitrage frustrations that you may have, and it'll help you find more inventory to sell on Amazon. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, you can give us a thumbs up. You can ask a question, leave us a comment below. Be sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos. And as always, come hang out with us at the blog, fulltimefba.com. It's where you find free tips, tricks, videos, things that will help you turn part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA.